Dear students, Carnot cycle, which was suggested by a French engineer Carnot Sadi, consists of four processes: isothermal expansion, adiabatic expansion, isothermal compression, and adiabatic compression. After completion of the four processes, we reach the initial state. So one cycle is completed. So in the first process, that is isothermal expansion, here what is happening? In a cylinder, an ideal gas is there and it is in touch with a hot reservoir at a higher temperature, and it is absorbing an amount of Q1 heat energy at T1 temperature. Absorbing the heat energy, the gas expands and moves the piston to right hand side. And the piston which moves to the right moves the wheels of a vehicle with the help of levers. Afterwards comes adiabatic expansion, and next, say these two are expansions. In these two processes, the piston is moving to right hand side to drive the wheel of a vehicle. Afterwards, the vehicle completes half of a circle, and in the next half it pushes. It is so designed with the help of levers such that it pushes the piston to left side, thereby compressing the air, and this is called as isothermal compression. In isothermal compression, some amount of heat energy is rejected to the surroundings at lower temperature, and afterwards adiabatic compression. After completion of adiabatic compression, one cycle is completed. So in a cycle of four processes, the ideal gas absorbed an amount of heat energy Q1 at temperature T1, and it rejected an amount of heat energy Q2 at lower temperature T2. So this is taken to devise a heat engine. Heat engine is a device by which a system is made to undergo a cyclic process that results in conversion of heat to work. So how heat energy is converted to work, we have seen here from the cylinder piston system consisting of, so previously in Carnot cycle it consisted of ideal gas, but now in place of ideal gas we take as a working substance, in steam engine we take water vapor. Here in place of ideal gas we take steam in case of steam engine, and in case of diesel engine, here in case of ideal gas we take a mixture of fuel vapor and air, and that is called as working substance or system. This is our system. The working substance goes through a cycle of processes that we previously discussed. In some of these processes, it absorbs a total amount of heat Q1 from external reservoir at some high temperature T1. See here. So this working substance in touch with a hot reservoir at higher temperature T1 absorbs Q1 amount of heat energy. Absorbing the heat energy, the gas expands and pushes the piston to right hand side, and the moving piston moves the wheel of a vehicle. In that way, the heat energy absorbed is converted into work. In some other process of the cycle, the working substance rejects a total amount of heat Q2 to an external reservoir at some lower temperature T2. So, suppose it has absorbed 10 joules of heat energy and it did some 7 joules of work. The remaining heat energy 10 minus 7 3. So 3 joules of heat energy is rejected to the surroundings. And cold reservoir means surroundings, and the surroundings are at a lower temperature T2. Here we can write an equation. The Q1 amount of 10 joules of heat energy is taken from hot reservoir. From this 7 joules is utilized to do work and remaining 3 joules rejected to the surroundings. So adding these two, we get this value. Therefore, I have written an equation here. W plus Q2 is equal to Q1, or W is equal to Q1 minus Q2. It means the work done is equal to Q1 minus Q2. Now let us calculate the efficiency of the heat engine. Efficiency of heat engine is defined as work done by the system divided by heat extracted from hot reservoir. W by K1, eta is equal to W by K1. So here it has extracted 10 joules of heat energy from the hot reservoir and it did 7 joules of work. So what is its efficiency? Work done by heat extracted, that is 7 by 10, that is 0.7. If you want the efficiency in percent, just multiply this by 100, you get 70%. It means 30% is being wasted to the surroundings. From this energy equation, we got for W Q1 minus Q2. So we can substitute in place of W this Q1 minus Q2. So writing in place of W Q1 minus Q2 divided by Q1. See, Q1 by Q1 means 1 minus Q2 by Q1. So we got another equation for efficiency. One equation is work done by heat absorbed. Second equation is 1 minus Q2 by Q1. Previously we considered isothermal process and work done during isothermal process. And see here, in Carnot cycle of 4 processes, what was the first process? Isothermal expansion. In isothermal expansion, it absorbed Q1 amount of heat energy at T1 temperature, and the work done is mu r T1 log V2 by V1. The volume increases from V1 to V2, so this much work is done. The heat absorbed is converted to work. And similarly, during isothermal compression, it rejected Q2 heat, and work done on the system was mu r T2 log V1 by V2. But here by sign convention, the work done is taken as negative, and it can be made positive by interchanging the numerator and denominator. For Q1, you have mu r T1 log V2 by V1. For Q2, we have mu r T2 log V2 by V1. Let us substitute these values in place of Q2 and Q1. So the Q1 value is mu r T1 log V2 by V1, Q2 value mu r T2 log V2 by V1, Q2 by Q1, because here Q2 by Q1 is there. Therefore, Q2 by Q1, this divided by this, mu r gets cancelled, log V2 by V1, log V2 by V1 gets cancelled. So we are left with T2 by T1. So here in place of Q2 by Q1, you can write T2 by T1. This is another equation. So we have three equations for efficiency of heat engine. Now coming to our heat engine, we want it to be more efficient. To increase, how can we increase its efficiency? Suppose it is drawing 10 joules of heat energy from hot reservoir. Our ambition is to convert the entire 10 joules of heat energy into work, and no heat should remain to the surroundings. That means the Q2 value must be as less as possible, and if possible Q2 must be 0. Entire heat energy must be converted to work only. Then the efficiency of heat engine becomes 100%. So when it becomes 100%, when Q2 becomes 0. See here in this equation, let us substitute is equal to 1 minus Q2 value 0 by Q1. 0 by something 0 is equal to 1. So the maximum efficiency of a heat engine is 1 or 100%. Engineers have devised several models. They have increased the efficiency percentage, but they could not devise a heat engine with 100% efficiency. Later on, a second law of thermodynamics was formulated, stating that Q2 cannot be made equal to 0, or if you draw 10 joules of heat energy, the total heat cannot be converted, the heat totally cannot be converted into work. If you have drawn 10 joules of heat energy, you cannot get 10 joules of work. It is impossible. It is not a limitation of engine, but it is a limitation by the nature. So it was given as a law, and that is called as second law of thermodynamics. Here see, work can be totally converted into heat, but heat totally cannot be converted into work. Okay, we will discuss the second law of thermodynamics as a separate topic. Now here we have considered heat engine. The heat engines are two types. Let us see. So earlier trains were run by this way. Coal was made to burn in the combustion chamber, and the heat energy is used to boil water and get steam, and that steam is the working substance for this heat engine, and the steam enters the cylinder and moves the piston. The piston in turn moves the wheels. Here the combustion part is outside the cylinder. Therefore, this type of engine is called external combustion engine. But in diesel engines, the combustion occurs inside the cylinder only. How? Let us see. See, so this is cylinder. To this cylinder, here one valve is there, here another valve is there. Through this valve, fuel and air mixture enters into the cylinder. Here spark plug is there. This ignites the fuel, so it undergoes combustion, and in the combustion process heat energy is produced, and hot gases are the hot gases expand and push the piston downward. Thereby, when the piston moves downward, with the help of connecting rod, there is a connecting rod to crankshaft and piston. With the help of this connecting rod, when piston moves down, this wheel moves round, and this is used to drive a vehicle. Here, so through this valve, fuel air mixture enters the cylinder. After combustion, the exhaust gases are sent out through this valve. Since here combustion is occurring inside the cylinder, this type of heat engine is called internal combustion engine.